Well, staying in technology, web advertising has surpassed newspaper ad revenue for the first time at $26 billion in 2010. This is according to the Interactive Advertising Bureau. For more on all of this, we're joined by Ogilvy Mather's Chief Digital Officer Worldwide, Brandon Berger. Great to have you with us, Brandon.
Thank you very much for having me.
This was inevitable, right? This was going to happen.
For sure.
Sooner rather than later, to you?
Well, I mean, I think what's happened is that the web is now a mature medium. And so it was inevitable. It was one of those things where the web becomes a mature medium, brands are spending, and it's really a performance channel. And so that's really what's driving a lot of this, I believe.
What's convinced? I mean, when you say mature, it's reached its maturity level, you basically mean major brands, right, have finally discovered or realized that it's effective.
Oh.
So what's been the turning point here?
Well, I think the truth is that, it's about return on marketing investment, right? And that's what we do. I mean, we're about delivering the right audience at the right time with the right message, and that's our business. And so I think what we've seen is, and the reality is that the web allows you to do that, and digital allows you to do that because it's about targeting, it's about data, and it's about efficiencies, and that's really kind of what's driven a lot of this, I believe, as well as the fact that consumers have shifted from TV, from from newspaper to the web. I mean, it's just been inevitable.
Right, and from television to the web.
Right.
How do you measure the performance then, the return? I mean, is it much better than what you get when you advertise in television or when you advertise in print?
Well, each medium has its own reason for advertising, right? So TV is a wonderful channel for reach, for reaching millions of people. It's a great medium for that.
Okay.
But when you really want to be focused and micro-targeted, the internet's the perfect channel for it. I mean, because if you look at it, the bulk of the growth has come from primarily search, right, and display. And search is really about advertising on intent. And that's really kind of the idea of saying, what are people looking for? Well, they're asking a question, and then being able to advertise the right message to that audience based on their intent is so powerful.
So this is all beneficial for Google when you talk about search, right?
Oh, for
Google,
sure.
Facebook.
Yeah. I mean, social is a huge growing area of this for sure, and that's about data around the right audience in their context of where they are and what they're doing.
Okay.
So yes, for sure.
But what about companies like Netflix or YouTube? Does it?
Well, YouTube is, video is growing significantly. I mean, Netflix, the business model is a bit different. I mean, it's not really an ad-driven business model. It's a subscription-based model.
Right.
But I mean, I think you'll see a lot they'll look at an ad model at some point in the future, I would think.
Okay. And who gets hurt the most by this?
Well, I think the ones that don't evolve to understand that marketers want performance, and they want data, and they want efficiencies, and they want ROI.
But you don't want to name names.
I'm not going to name names at all.
Okay, but you're talking about some of the sites, right? Some of the sites that haven't caught up.
Well, I think anybody on the internet, anybody on the web, and as well as anybody in digital is going to be catching up. I mean, data is a huge tool for being able to be efficient in advertising.
Okay.
I think the ones that haven't caught up are the ones that aren't digital, I'd say, for that matter.
Okay. But just to be clear, though, but overall, television is still the biggest platform for advertising, right?
Oh,
We're still talking by far.
Oh,
still.
by far.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Brandon, for joining us. Really appreciate it. Brandon Berger of Ogilvy Mather's Chief Digital Officer.